You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It is a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. 78 degrees going up to a high of 83. Yeah, it's going to be pretty nice. It's going to rain though. We got showers planned, but yesterday was sticky and muggy. So hopefully today won't be so sticky and muggy. It definitely won't be as hot because it's only going up to 83. But that doesn't mean it won't be sticky and muggy, especially with the rain. So hopefully with the rain, it'll be nice and cool. And it's supposed to get down to a low of 71, which is nice. It's really nice if it's not hot and humid and sticky. So let's pray that we have a good day like that. But anyway, guys, let me tell y'all something. So yesterday, right, I was so happy to be back because, Monday I was on vacation. I went to a ranch over the weekend for 4 days. It was great. I had a wonderful time. I was so excited to get back yesterday and talk to you all and share my experience of the first time being on a ranch ever in my life and riding a horse ever in my life. So I was so excited, right? And I had this great show yesterday, and guess what? Y'all didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. And I was here talking to you, but you didn't hear me. Here's why you didn't hear me. I forgot to hit the start button on the studio. And so at the end of the show, and so what I said was, I was like, oh yeah, guys, I forgot to put in the title of the show, blah, 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 right? Not thinking, now this is kind of like in the middle of the show. I said, I'll go back and put it in later and I'll add some pictures, blah, blah, blah. Well, at the very end of the show, after I closed out, I'm looking at the screen and the screen says start. And I was like, start? Why is it? So my first thought was the computer has malfunctioned because that's what happened. Like, hadn't been on the computer all weekend, hadn't been messing around, hadn't did any updates. So when I came down to do updates on the computer, of course I had to restart the computer a couple times. Threw me off, right? So I'm totally thrown off. And then I put all my content in, got everything ready, pull all my content up, get everything ready for the show, start the show, do the complete show, 1 hour and 13 minutes, y'all. Because I had a lot to say yesterday. Today, not so much. And realized at the very end of the show that I had recorded, I had talked to you, not live, nothing was recorded. It was crazy. I could not believe that I did that. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about going live. Anything can happen. And so although I had a good time and I shared it with you yesterday, I will share some of it with you today. Some things just happen. And so this is the risk I run of doing a live show 4 days a week. A lot of people would not do this. They're like, there's no way I would do a live show 4 days a week because you just never know what's going to happen. There are times when I have tech issues that I'm now here stressing, about to pull my hair out because it's like 5 minutes to the hour and the computer decided it wanted to update. There's nothing I can do about that. But I love doing the show live. It gives me energy. That is why I do it live. Even though most of the time, like 3 days out of the week is just me talking to you directly, it gives me energy. And so that's why I like to do my show live. I also don't like editing, so that has never been a secret. But the live part of the show gives me energy. So I love doing a live show. And yes, I do have hiccups because that's just the nature of the beast that I play with. Some other people, they don't because they record this show, they get everything recorded, they get it edited, they schedule it to go live on a certain day, and it does that. I personally just like to come and talk to you every morning live. It gives me my energy. It helps me jumpstart my day. It gives me an opportunity to see what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. I like live. I do. So anyway, let me just tell y'all a little bit about my trip. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was so peaceful. So we went to a ranch called Southern Cross Ranch in Madison, which is about 1 hour and 15 minutes away from where I live. And, I've been trying to go places where there are not a lot of people, that's really close, that I don't have to fly. I'm not catching the bus. But I don't want to fly because the bus is just too long, y'all. I've caught the bus before. The bus is long. Cannot do the bus. But I don't want to fly either. I don't want to be that close to people like that. People sitting right up on me. I don't want to do that. So, we've just been trying to find places where we can go that were, relatively close to drive to and, pretty spread out where, we're just not all up on top of each other. Back in June, I went to Helen for the weekend for my anniversary. That was really nice. This time we went to, I was scheduled to go to Lake Lanier to the Women's League, the Atlanta Black Chamber Women's League Conference. That was scheduled for this weekend, but we had to make it a virtual conference because of the COVID-19. And so, since it was going to be virtual, I was like, heck, me and my husband, since I had already planned to go somewhere, I was like, we can go somewhere else. So I decided for us to go to a ranch. And it was so funny because I was talking junk, like, yeah, we're going to the ranch. I love horses, y'all. You may have heard me say this before. In my past life, I must have had a ranch because I love land. I love horses. I love the big, Victorian houses, the antebellum houses. I love all of that stuff, and I got to see all of that in Madison. I wanted to just go and hug one of those big white posts because they were so beautiful, and I should have done that, but I didn't. But anyway, I was so excited about the trip, and when I got there, it was so peaceful. It was peaceful. It was probably about three to four families there, so it was about maybe 15, maybe 20 people, but everybody was pretty spread out. Like, we were never like all on top of each other. Even when we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we had breakfast every day. That was included. And then we had dinner one night with everybody. But even then, we had a reserved table, so nobody ever sat at our table the whole time. Like, our name was on our table. It said reserved for Bell Kearney. And so nobody ever sat at our table. So they would clean the tables, put up new cups in plastic, and every morning we would come to breakfast. A great breakfast, y'all. I'm talking about good food. The dinner was good. Like, the night I got there, we were having steak and shrimp. Oh, so good. I'm talking about delicious. The staff was amazing. They were so nice, so helpful, and so friendly. The place sat on, like, I think 50 acres of land. It had like 200 horses. Just beautiful and peaceful. And we got a chance to sit, like, where our room was, we had a deck. Like, every room had like a sitting space, which is really nice. So you had your own sitting area, and we would come out our door and we would sit right on the deck, and we could look out over the pasture and see the horses, and they were running. Just beautiful and peaceful. And I was like, man, so I'm definitely going back. I'm definitely going back to Southern Ranch again. Here's the thing, though. I would not stay till Monday because I missed you guys. And I had thought about doing the show live on location, like remotely. That would not have worked because the internet sucked. Like, although I love the place, the internet was horrible. The food was delicious. The people were nice. The ranch was beautiful. Internet sucked. So I could not even have done the show even if I wanted to, because I probably would. I did the conference, and I felt so embarrassed because people didn't know I was on a ranch, They probably think she is on a conference trying to give the name of her business, and we can't. So you saw the person that was hosting the event. She had her head all the way up to like her head was up to the screen of the computer because she was trying to hear me. The internet was so bad. It was so choppy. But anyway, I had a wonderful time. And if you guys want to go somewhere and visit somewhere nice, check out Southern Ranch in Madison, Southern Cross Ranch in Madison. It's just peaceful and beautiful with a lot of land and beautiful horses. My horse name was Laverne. So let me tell y'all this real quick, and then I'm going to get on with the show. So when I got to the ranch, we got there Friday. It was nice. We just kind of relaxed, ate dinner, chilled out because we were kind of tired. And then Saturday we went out. We looked around Madison. And then Sunday was our day to go horseback riding. So my husband, he kind of tried to chicken out on me, right? He was like, I don't think we should do that. I was like, I'm going to do it. I don't know if you're going to do it, but I'm doing it. I'm going to ride the horse. That's what we came for, blah, blah, blah. So I'm giving him the rundown. So at the end of the day, he was like, okay, I'm going to go too. So we had to go and get our horse. I'm going to post some pictures on the blog today, so you'll see. But we had to walk and go get our horse and video, because I think it's a video of me and him both walking to get the horse, or walking with the horse. So we had to go, take our reins, go down to the stables where they were, get the horse, walk the horse back up to where we go. Had to brush the horse down before we even got on the horse. We had to brush him down. I guess that was a way to bond with the horse, so we brushed him down. And then we had to get our saddle. Let me tell y'all something. I went to go get my saddle. I was like, this thing is heavy. I'm supposed to put it on top of the horse? So they had to help me, because I was like, this is heavy. So they helped me put the saddle on top of the horse and the blanket on top of the horse. And then we walked the horse out to where we all got together and where we were going to ride. So it was probably about 15 or 20 of us maybe out there maybe about 15. About 15 of us about to go riding. So we walked the horse out. And so the horse is taller than me. So my horse is named Laverne. So as I'm walking and talking, I'm talking to Laverne like, listen, Laverne, This is my first time. I need you to be gentle with me. Don't do any strange moves. You're beautiful. I'm just talking sweet nothings to Laverne, like, so she could be good to me. Because, at the end of the day, I was talking a lot of junk to my husband, but I was like, oof, I'm about to get on this big animal, and I'm about to ride this thing. If she gets mad with me, she can throw me right off. Anyway, I walk Laverne out. And then it's time for me to get on Laverne, right? So I'm looking like, how the heck am I going to get on top of Laverne? Like, my legs is too short. Like, the saddle, the strap to get up there was too tall. Like, I'm like, seriously? I'm too short to get on, to put my foot in the straps and get up on the horse. I'm too short. So I'm too short. So they had to put me on the steps. So they got a step, y'all. So they have some steps. You walk up on the little platform, and then you get on the horse. So I walk up on the platform to get on the horse, right? I put one leg on the horse. She moves a little bit like, whoa, wait a minute. I need y'all to get me closer so I can hold on to the railing on the steps, and then maybe I can get on. So they will put your left foot in and then do something. I was like, nah, I need to get on this way. I don't feel comfortable that way either. And so I got off Laverne, and they pulled me close. They pulled Laverne closer to me and pulled me up closer to the handle so I could hold on, because I was like, oh, Lord, I was so scared. I'm the only one who hadn't gotten on my horse. I'm talking the most junk. And the people looking at me, and I was like, I don't even care right now. I'm going to ride this horse, and y'all going to look at me like I'm crazy because I'm scared to get on it. So I finally get on Laverne, and it's so funny as I get on Laverne, right? Laverne feels like her legs are giving out. And I'm thinking, what the heck is Laverne? Why are you? So I'm looking at everybody else's horse. Their horse is standing still like a statue. Not Laverne. Laverne is wiggling. She feels like her legs is giving out in the back. I'm like, oh my God, Laverne, why can't you just stand still like the rest of the horses? Like, relax, girl, relax. But we started to go, and as we started to go, it became a really good trip, and it was a fun trip. And I gotta tell y'all something though. Let me tell y'all this, and this is disgusting. I ain't never seen so much poop in my life. It was just a trail of poop. I was like, oh my God, it's so much poop like everywhere. The funny thing was, it didn't smell as bad as I thought it would have been so much, right? It was a lot everywhere we went. But anyway, that's my horse story. So let me get on with this show. I just want to share that with y'all. So listen, if you want to go and visit somewhere beautiful, go check out Southern Cross Ranch up in Madison. It's really close, and it's beautiful, and it's relaxing. So if you just need, and it's not crowded. So if you have issues, with social distancing, it's not crowded at all. Everybody has their own space. The staff was great. The food was amazing. It's a family-owned ranch. I found out because, I have to do my little investigation. I really want to talk to that lady. So her name is Inga. She's from Germany. I really want to talk to Inga about how she started this ranch. And she's been running the ranch here in Georgia for 30 years. She has two ranches. And she's 75 years old now. She retired 3 years ago. So her son running the ranch now. And everybody that pretty much worked at the ranch lives on the ranch. I felt like I was in a Hallmark movie. It was like so cool because like everybody that lived, you know what I thought about, and I'm gonna get to the horoscopes in 1 second. But here's what I thought about, right? So if you ever saw Dirty Dancing, when the rich families go to like this resort or something for the summer, and remember when Baby, I forgot what his name was. Everybody remember Baby's name, but Patrick Swayze, I forgot what his name was in the movie. But remember, they was not supposed to fraternize with the customers, right? And so that's how I felt on the ranch. I'm thinking, well, all of these people live on a ranch. I want to do, is there ever any like summer romances for people who are on the ranch? You know what I mean? Like summer at the ranch. And I started thinking about Dirty Dancing because Baby her family was rich. They went to the resort every year, and that's what they did. And then Baby fell in love with Patrick Swayze, and her father felt like he wasn't good enough. So I started thinking about that. I was like, if they ever have any summer romances at the ranch with the customers and the staff. But here's the funny thing. Like after dinner, like the staff was gone. Like we never saw the staff again. I was like, well, where did they go? So they must went to their rooms. Like we didn't see them. So unless you went down to the stables and things like that, you didn't see anybody. Like when they got finished doing their work, they was like out. So it must be a real strict rule. Like do not fraternize with our clients. All right, but anyway, let me get on with this show, y'all. I've been talking for 14 minutes about my adventure. That's because I talked about it yesterday, and you guys missed it because I didn't turn you on. Sorry. All right, so today, listen what today is. Okay, so you got a couple of things here, and it's all food. Of course, I'm hungry. Today is National Chicken Wing Day. I want no more chicken. I had a lot of chicken yesterday. Or National Lasagna Day. Don't want that either. Had chicken parm. So I had barbecue chicken, lemon pepper chicken yesterday, and chicken parmesan. I had a chicken day, so no chicken for me. Don't want any lasagna. But however, if you like chicken wings, today is National Chicken Wing Day, but it's also National Lasagna Day. So enjoy yourself. All right, let's get on to these horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Theismann for today, Wednesday. It's hump day, y'all. Y'all done made it. It's hump day. It's Wednesday, July 29th. Happy birthday to my friend Bruce in heaven. Bruce was the best man in my wedding. You've heard me talk about him. Today's his birthday. He would have been 54, but he died from the coronavirus back in April. And so happy birthday, my friend, all the way up in heaven. I know you're up there doing good. He was a good guy, y'all. He was a really nice guy. He almost married my best friend. Like he's my husband's best friend, and he almost married my best friend. Well, he was going to marry her, but she kind of dumped him. But anyway, rest in heaven, Bruce, and happy birthday, baby. All right, let's get on with our horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Theismann. Today, we're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. Aries. You can make gains if you look at long-term investments. Don't give up what you have until you can be certain just what it is you're getting. That sounds like what we talk about in relationships. You will have to help family members sort out unfortunate difficulties. Listen, don't jump out the frying pan into the fire, baby. That's what they're really trying to tell you, they Aries. Don't give up what you got until you know what you're getting, because what you're getting may not be better than what you got. Ooh, that's some wisdom for you there, for real. Taurus, it may be best not to spend your money on luxuries today. Don't let your stubborn nature get the better of you. You will be prone to carelessness that could result in accidents. Listen, watch yourself today, Taurus. Don't be so careless today, because that could cause you some accidents. So be careful. That's all I'm saying. Not trying to tell you what to do, just tell you be careful. You could be accident prone. Gemini, you can get the attention of important individuals, but it may not be the time to get them to help or back your ideas. Oh, okay. Your tendency to overreact could get you into trouble. Problems with fire, gas, or oil may cause disruption and annoyances. Listen here, fire starter, Gemini, don't be a fire starter today. Don't do it. Watch the oil, watch the gas. Don't be a fire starter. Don't be disruptive. Be careful. Just be careful. Cancer, you can make headway if you share your intentions with someone you care about. Travel will enhance romance and adventure. Be careful not to confuse issues when discussing the matters at hand. All right, listen here. Traveling it could enhance romance and adventure. Take a short trip. Going up the Southern Cross Ranch. It is amazing. I felt rejuvenated. You know, it was so funny. I felt so relaxed. Like, it was like, I took my computer, right? It was supposed to be a vacation. I took my computer, I took my iPad, of course I had my phone, I had my notebooks, I had some magazines, I had some work to work on. I did nothing. When I tell you the computer sat in there, the iPad, I played a game, I was so relaxed. I said, you know what, I'm on vacation. I'm not working. I'm just not going to do it. And I didn't. So take a trip. You might find some adventure in that trip, Cancer. Leo, those close to your heart may be difficult to reason with. Be an observer before getting involved. Dig deep to find out how costly a new venture will be before you sign on the dotted line. Here's the thing, Leo. Do your homework. Dig deep. Don't just sign just to be signing. You want to make sure it's going to be, good for you and the person and other parties involved. Dig deep. Do your due diligence. It could cost you in the end if you don't. Virgo, people trying to entice you to join in will be less than trustworthy. I don't know what they're trying to entice you to join into. You will have to watch out for minor health problems related to stress. Don't involve yourself in emotional problems of those you work with. Listen, mind your business is what they're really trying to say. Stay out of folks' business at work today, Virgo. It's not your business. Don't involve yourself. Just stay away from it, because it's probably going to backfire you on if you don't. I'm just saying. All right, listen, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Theismann. You're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. Stay tuned.
It's the rain. I can feel it in the air. It's time for us.
Welcome back. It's your girl, Audrey Bell Kearney, giving you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thiason. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Minor accidents are likely if you take risks. Ferret out information that will hold them responsible. False information for someone trying to start problems is likely. Ain't that the truth? My brother's a Libra, and he got some false information this morning. He shared it with me, and I was like, that is totally false. And we had this long conversation. Yeah, so now he got to go back to the source. Yes, that's so true. Watch out for the false information, Libra. And here's the thing. Try to find out why the information came back false. That's all I'm saying. Because that's exactly what he's like, oh yeah, I'm about to go investigate this. Yeah, do your thing, bruh. Scorpio, you might be overly emotional concerning situations at work. A residential move may be in order. Your philanthropic contributions will bring you praise. All right, do something good for somebody. Now, here's the thing. Don't do it good because you want somebody to praise you. Just do it good. And if you do good, people will notice and they'll give you praise for it. Now, if you're doing it for the wrong reason, you're going to be disappointed. I can guarantee you that much. Anything you do for the wrong reasons, you normally regret later on for some reason. I'm just saying. Sagittarius, you may need help with your financial situation. Travel and communications will run as smoothly as you had hoped. That's great. You will find your personal partner taxing today. Ooh, your mate is going to get on your nerve today, so you might want to just run. Yeah, get on out there. And get some help with the financial situation. Don't let it get you down. Capricorn, pamper yourself for a change. Stop those bad habits. Situations could easily be blown out of proportion if you have made unreasonable promises. Yeah, pamper yourself. Let me tell you something. That's the best thing to do. I feel rejuvenated. And I was tired when I got home. Yesterday, I felt great. And today, I feel even better. The crazy thing about going on vacation, though, you go on vacation to relax and you come back extremely tired. I was so tired on Monday, y'all, when I got back. I was like, oh, my God. It doesn't even feel like I've been on vacation. I was drained. And I didn't do anything. I'm not going to even lie. I was just like, you know what? I really do need to rest. Aquarius. You have more energy than the rest of the people you live with anyway. I don't know what that means, Aquarius. I don't know exactly what the stars are trying to tell you that. But anyway, find out exactly what is expected of you, and you'll be surprised to find out how capable you are. Yep. Seminars will provide you with the knowledge and amusement. You know, sometimes we don't know how capable we really are until we push to the limits because we hold ourselves back so much. Right? But when someone pushes us or a situation pushes us, then we find out just how far we can go, just how much we can do. But until that happens, a lot of times we don't push ourselves. We don't take the risk. We don't make the jump. We don't do none of that stuff until we're forced. And then we're surprised. Oh, man, I didn't know I could do that. Let me tell you, I used to do that all the time when I was trying to lose weight, right? And I'm always on a weight loss journey. But there are times when I did a tour in New Orleans, right? I didn't think I could do it. I was in pain when I finished, though. I was in pain for a couple of days. But it was a walking tour of New Orleans. And it was like a 2-hour walking tour. And at that time, I was 120 pounds heavier than I am right now. And when I tell you, I didn't think I could do it. I did it. Now, I'm not going to say it wasn't painful. It was excruciating because I had back problems. And so I had back problems and I had knee problems. But even though I was in a lot of pain when it was over, I was surprised at what I did. I didn't have a choice. We had paid for it. So I was like, what am I going to do? And it was a group of us. It was a bunch of us in New Orleans having a great time. And I was like, well, I can't back out. I'm going to go with everybody else. It was cold. Now I was in pain, ain't gonna lie. But I did it. And I was surprised that I did it. So you'll be surprised at the things you can do when you're forced. And my fellow fish Pisces, you should be trying to clear up legal contracts that have been pending. Do I have legal contracts pending? No. Your self-confidence will attract members of the opposite sex. Do not be surprised if your partner doesn't understand your needs. I ain't never surprised. I don't dwell on it either, but I ain't never surprised. All right, listen here, fish. Your confidence, yes. I talk about this all. Confidence is attractive. Just know that. That should have been the closing remark for the day. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna use it. Confidence is attractive. I'm gonna talk about that at the end. That's gonna be my inspiration for the day. It's going to be about confidence. Yes, it is. So listen, that's all the horoscopes I got for today. Let's move on to some news you can use. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. with a guest, but I will have your horoscopes. I got a guest tomorrow, y'all, so make sure to tune in at 10 a.m. to listen to who I'm going to be talking to tomorrow. Now let's get on with some news you can use. So here's the thing. So the Republicans have agreed to give up $1 trillion in the as a part of the new stimulus plan, which is called the HEROES Act. However, there are a lot of Republicans who don't feel like they should give up $1 trillion. And then there are some things, this is the crazy part, right? So unemployment expires. Well, it expired already because by now everybody should have called in. I think my people say they call in on Sundays. Some people call in on Wednesdays, Mondays, whatever the day is. Whatever the case is, you probably have already called in to get your last check, right? All of this fighting right here should have been done back in May when the Democrats said, here's our plan. What's your plan? Now they're fighting at the last minute. Why can't they do things on time? So now they're fighting amongst themselves. They probably have been fighting amongst themselves the whole time anyway, but they're fighting about, things that are in the plan that shouldn't be there. Like, why do they need to put money in there to build a new FBI building? What did coronavirus eat up the building, the old FBI building? See, stuff like that doesn't need to be in there. That's holding up progress for people. Why is that even in there anyway? It's not coronavirus, a part of the coronavirus pandemic. It had nothing to do with that. It's like they're trying to ease money. And I know who this is. Whoever put this plan together and put that in there, that person is trying to ease in things that that shouldn't even be there, right? So a lot of them are saying, and they're agreeing, like, why is that in the bill? The FBI building has nothing to do with the coronavirus. But anyway, that's holding up payments for people who really need the money. And so they're fighting amongst themselves. This stuff should have been hashed out already a long time ago, back in May when the Democrats proposed this plan. Now they're fighting at the last minute about what they should be doing. And here's the crazy thing. They're supposed to go on vacation, I think, on the 1st. So they got literally 3 days or 2 days to get this thing done. And I just don't think it's going to happen because they can't even make up the minds amongst themselves about what should happen. Now here's my thing, y'all. And I know everybody got their party favorites, whether it's a Democrat, whether it's a Republican. My thing is this: who has your best, what's the word I'm looking for? Interest at heart, right? If you are a family, and here's the thing, I think coronavirus caught us all off guard, right? Because people are going on about their lives. They go to work, they got a job, they're making ends meet, they're taking care of their family, all that good stuff. That came to a screeching halt, right? And now there are jobs that have disappeared, and some of them are never coming back. There are people who are left without jobs. Well, $200 a week, I don't know who can live off of that really. If you have a family, now if you don't have a family, it's just you, and you don't have a high rent. $200 a week, y'all, come out to $800 a month. I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So when it's time for you to go to the ballot and vote, you need to vote for the party that has your best interest at heart. Because you were not expecting the coronavirus to hit. Neither were we. But it did. And it shook the whole United States. And there are a lot of people suffering. And I'm sure as of Friday, it's going to be a lot more people suffering if there is not a bill in place to help support those people. I'm not talking about a bill with just $200 because they're still not. See, the thing is, they don't know who can go back to work and who can't. They don't know who has a skill and who don't. Right? So, yes, what if you worked at the chicken manufacturer, right? But it's still closed, and that's the only thing you know how to do is butcher chickens. If you can't go and work in that industry, you have no job. And we all know at manufacturing places, there are thousands of people that work there. So if you can't go back and do that same position and you have no other skills, you're screwed. Now, on the flip side of that, I would say this to you who may be screwed. That's why it's always important to keep learning because you never know what's going to happen. If you only know one thing in life, you can only do one thing in life, right? You need to always be learning something new. Always, because you never know. Let me tell y'all something. I worked at a hospital in Newark. It was called Children's Hospital of Newark, or we called it Presbyterian. I worked there for almost 9 years, right? Now, I was always in school. I was in school learning something. I was in air traffic control school. I was a paralegal by the time I left. I was always in school learning something. When that hospital went bankrupt, and nobody thought the hospital would go bankrupt. They had just built a new MRI center across the street. They had built a whole I'm talking about literally like months before they went bankrupt. They had a whole MRI center across the street that they had just put in. They had a whole brand new parking lot that they had just put in. And in about 6 months, they were totally bankrupt. When they started telling me, they let me go like 2 years before they went bankrupt. So they let me go because I switched my position. I was in a union. I was on $11.99 union. And because I wanted to go back to school, I switched my position and I went on the night shift so I can go to school, because I had this little girl that I had to take. She was 4 years old at the time. And I was like, I got to take care of my baby. So I need to go back and learn some new skills, right? This is what I said to myself. And so I went back to school. This is what I'm telling you. You can't just stop at one thing and think that's going to be it, because you never know what's going to happen. And the reason a lot of people are out of work right now, because they don't know how to do anything else. They don't have any skills, right? That hospital went bankrupt. There were people who had been in the same position for 42 years and knew how to do nothing else but that position. They asked me to do resumes because they knew I knew. I could have launched a resume business because I did so many resumes as a result of the hospital going bankrupt. It was crazy. But here's the challenge for me. Because people had did the same position for 40, 30, and 40 years, right? I had to figure out, okay, so how am I going to create a resume out of this? You've done nothing different in the last 30 or 40 years. I did it, but it was challenging. I had to actually go through their daily activities and create, let's say, for instance, they worked the cash register. And this is true. There were people who worked the cash register for 20 years in the cafeteria. That's all they did. Just work the cash register. I had to go back and say, okay, they were good at reconciling accounts, which was true because they had to do the money every cash out the register. They had to do that. They were great with customer service. That was true too as well. They were team players. That was true as well. I had to make up stuff based on what they did because they had did the same thing for 20, 30 years. Don't be that person. Then you don't have to worry about people saying, we're going to give you $200 a week because we want you to go back to work, and you have no job to go to because you have no skills. Because you've been doing the same job for the last 30, 40 years and you know how to do nothing else because you didn't take advantage of the classes that they gave because you felt like, I don't want to do that. I know people who've done that. They had a job. The job gave trainings. They won't take any of the trainings because they don't want to. And then when the job closes down or fire them, they're stuck. Don't be that person. So I can see both sides of the spectrum. You don't want to be on the side that you can't afford to make a living for you and your family. Always be learning. Always be learning. Always. Go to the library. It's free. Heck, you got a smartphone, you got the computer in your hand. It's free. Spend some time on your phone doing something other than, playing games and Instagramming and TikToking, and because TikToking is making its money. Don't mean to go off on a rant, but right now the country is going to be in a hell of a mess because the Republicans are saying, listen, we don't even want to give you $200 a week. That's what they're saying. Like some of them are saying, we don't even agree with $1 trillion, let alone $600 a week. So cast your vote at the ballot, but always be learning so you don't be in a position where people can control how you live. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and beyond.
I wanna get you all alone now and go hide away from the lights, but I don't dare to, I'm too fragile, and for that I do apologize. Maybe someday we can work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my, cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I think I'm love drunk and it feels wrong, but I'm not afraid to admit I used to feel safe next to you, babe. Now I'm thinking I deserve a hit. Maybe someday we could work it out, but I'm afraid it's too late to try. Baby, I don't dare to love you, and you know the reason why. Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my, cause your love Don't you know I'm way too weak to swim? Can't you feel the waves come crashing in? Running out of safety nets, 'cause every night I fall down in the middle of the night screaming, oh my God, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep. I reach out in the middle of the night screaming, oh my, 'cause your love's too deep. You know your love's too deep.
Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you daily horoscopes, daily rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and beyond. So property owners in Gwinnett County they're gonna get some extra time to pay their property taxes this year because of the pandemic. Yep. They get some extra time. Normally the tax bills are due mailed out in August and will be due in October. This year they're going to be mailed out in September and they're going to be due in November. And that's because, government has been shut down for a while. Like, they're still trying to figure out how to get back open and get running again. And, every time they open up, something happens. So anyway, if you want more information about that, you can go to Gwinnett County, GwinnettTaxCommissioner.publicaccess.now.com/property taxes. That's a lot, right? Just go to GwinnettTaxCommissioner.publicaccessnow.com and look for property taxes. At least you get some time. Now, here's the time. Don't squander that month. It's only a month, right? But a month, hey, anything good can happen in a month. Anything good can happen in a minute. It can. I'm just saying it can. All right, so, early on, a few months ago, we were trying to figure out how the kids were going to go back to school because school is back in almost, right? Matter of fact, they probably would have been starting, what's this? Today is the 29th. They probably would have been starting next week. And so they pushed the day back to August the 12th. And then they say they had the option for the teachers for school to be either virtual or in class. And so that was an option. But then a lot of teachers were saying, you know what, we don't want that option. We don't want to go in the classroom. So the superintendent of school says, you know what, we're going to make it all virtual. So now it's going to be all digital learning. That's fine. But now they're saying that teachers have to go into the classrooms to do training. And the teachers are like, we don't want to go in the classroom to do training. We want the option to stay home and do that training. Like, you know what I mean? So right now, the Gwinnett teachers want the school district to restore the work from home option. And so they have come up with some ways for you to stay protected. They got a petition going around. They was like, you know what? I don't want to go in. I don't want to go into the classroom. I don't want to sit around people. I don't want to do it. And listen, I get it. Today is my friend's birthday. He is not here to celebrate his birthday because the coronavirus took his life, right? It took his life. He was the best man at my wedding. It is real. I understand people's paranoia about, and it ain't even paranoia. What it is? It's kind of because I was paranoid. I'm a little bit better. Every day it gets a little bit better for me, but still, I'm not trying to put myself in jeopardy. And I get what they're saying. So the teachers are saying we want the option to work from home, just like it was before. And so they have a petition going around, and there are a lot of people that feel the same way. To read the full story, go to GwinnettDailyPost.com to read that full story and see, what the teachers are saying. And if you want to support them, I'm sure there's a way for you to support them. You'll probably be able to sign a petition as well to support them. All right, let's talk about some people that's doing some good, y'all. This is a great story. This is as I was reading this story, I said to myself, this sounds like a Lifetime movie. So, Gwinnett Master Police Officer Ashley Wilson receives the Medal of Valor Award for running into a burning home to search for residents. So, back last year, I think I talked about this story. Police officer Ashley Wilson received a call from a young man who said his father was going to kill his mother and any police officer that tried to help her, right? And so she got the call and she went anyway, knowing that he had just said that any police officer that tried to help her is going to get killed as well. Well, when she got to the house, she parked down the street and she walked up towards the house. She saw the man had set himself on fire. He had set himself on fire and he was burning. And she said to him, roll over, drop and roll. And he said no. So he was trying to commit suicide. But she helped put him out. And as she put him out, she realized that the house was on fire. And she knew that the son had already said that he had said he was going to kill her. So in her mind, I can just imagine in her mind, he has killed this woman. And he has harmed this woman. Now he's killing himself because he said he left her in the house to burn. Well, she ran into a burning house to save the mother. After being burned herself because she had to put him out because he was on fire. So she was burned and she went into the house to save the mother, but the mother wasn't in there and she was stopped by the thick smoke. Because, anytime there's a house that's caught on fire, it's a lot of smoke. And if you're not prepared, like she wasn't prepared to go into a fire, she was prepared to go there for domestic violence, not expecting to be see a burning house or a man burning on the lawn. That wasn't her expectation. So I'm sure she didn't have on mask and all that things. And she was not thinking. She was thinking, I got to get in here and save this person that's in this house. And luckily and prayerfully, the woman was not in the house. She had already left the house. But as she burned her hand, so she received this award because of her heroism and the fact that she's what we love, right? We know that cops are getting a bad rap now because of the bad things that some of them have done. Not all, because all are not bad. And without them, we wouldn't have, people like Ashley run into burning buildings to risk her own life to save another, right? We know all cops are not bad. And so I just want to give her a round of applause for the great work she's doing here in the county. And I got another story after this one, y'all, because this one is just as good. It's just as heartwarming. All right, let's give Ashley a round of applause. She deserved that award because she put her life at stake to save another person's life. And that's what the badge means to her. You know what I mean? For some people, it means being an a-hole. But for people like her, it means I'm here to serve and protect. And that's what she did. So congratulations just for being such a wonderful person and just really thinking about saving another person's life. Now, this next story, y'all, is something serious. I'm going to start out giving you some background on these three guys. So it's three guys. They're locked up in jail. One guy named is Terry Lovelace. The other guy named is Walter Whitehead. And the other guy named is Mitchell Smalls. Right? That's the story. So let me give you a little background on each one of these guys. Right? So you can have a frame of reference when I tell you the rest of the story. So they're all locked up in jail right now. Right? So Whitehead is being held without bond for drug trafficking and possession charges. Lovelace was charged with trafficking methamphetamine in 2017 and is being held without bond. And Smalls is also being held without bond on drug charge, probation violation, family violence, and record show. They are in jail. And you hear why they in jail. They got some records, y'all. But here's the thing. Anybody can decide to do good. So there was a deputy at the jail who passed out and stopped breathing. Now, they were locked up. He fell off his chair, he hit his head, and he was unconscious. They beat on their cells until he woke up and came back to conscious. He was able to resume consciousness, hit the door to unlock, right? They were locked in their cells. When he hit the door to unlock, he passed out again. They had to bring him back to consciousness. They had no reason to help him. None. Because they were in jail. If they were heartless people, they were in jail. They could have let him lay on the floor and died. But they did not. They saved his life. He just kept going in and out of consciousness, and he was able to open up the doors, and they were able to come out and help him and call for other officers to come help them save his life. Now, everybody has an opportunity to be good. Everybody. It's a choice, y'all. You have to make the choice to be good. Yeah, they did some bad things, and they could have easily said, you know what, F that guy, I ain't let him die. But that wasn't their heart, and there was three of them in there. And you heard the charges. You heard what they were charged with. They could have let him go, but they did not. Because you have a choice. You have a choice to be good. And you can make that choice every day, every second, every minute. That's a great story, right? I mean, they could have said, I ain't, whatever, let him die. They didn't do that. They kept beating on the cell until he woke up. He was able to wake up and hit the button so that he could let him out. They got out. They could have taken his gun. They could have took over the jail cells and caused a riot. They didn't do any of that stuff. Their thing was, let's save this man's life. And in heaven, they're going to be rewarded for that. I truly believe that. I really, really do. I believe that. So you have a choice to be good every day. Even when things are bad for you and they're locked up. Things don't look pretty good for them. But they still made the choice to save somebody's life. All right, I'm going to my last song. I'll be right back after this song to give you my inspiration for the day.
Tell me your story. Tell me what made you change your mind. Oh, yeah. How you move forward and still go against the tide. Yeah. Who did you make? Who made you strong? Yeah. Did you get help when that was rough? Yeah, yeah. Tell me your story. How did you make your dreams come true? Yeah. You're so strong. I wanna be strong. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you. 'Cause you're so strong. I wanna be so strong. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you. When I grow old, when I grow old, yeah. When I grow old, when I grow old. Tell me your story. How did you find your peace alive? Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Who made your heart smile and made you lose a track of time? Yeah. Do you think I'll by your side all day and night? Someone to care about and do you right. You still wrote your story when nobody believed in you. Yeah. You're so strong. I wanna be strong. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you. 'Cause you're so strong. I wanna be so strong. I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you. When I grow old, when I grow old, when I grow old, when I grow when I grow old, when I grow old, I wanna be just like you, When I grow
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration. I told you it was going to be about confidence today. And so here's my quote. My quote of the day is, the most beautiful thing you can wear is confidence. Oh my God, that is so powerful. Let me say it again. The most beautiful thing you can wear is confidence. Blake Lively said that, and she was absolutely right. Let me tell y'all something. Confidence is sexy. It is. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story. So I've always been a big girl, and I dated this guy, and we became really good friends. And I've always been confident, though, right? I think my confidence is weakened as I got older, and that's probably because I've gotten older, even though it should have been stronger, but I'm still in this game, so it kind of weakened a little bit, but I work daily to build it up. But I remember having to do a presentation, a business opportunity meeting, and I had invited one of my friends. I used to date him, and he liked big girls. Like, that was his thing. Like, he liked big girls, and that was his thing. But he told me about one of his friends who may have been interested in the opportunity. And so he told me to invite him. So I invited him. So I invited the guy to come out to the opportunity. And it was so funny because he came out. And that was the day I had to speak, right? And so I speak very fast. If you listen to this show a lot of times, you know if I don't slow down, I'm talking very fast. Well, I speak even faster when I got to speak on stage because my nerves are rattled. It's like, okay, I have confidence, but I got to get up here and speak. I need this to hurry up and be over so I can get off the stage, right? I told y'all yesterday. Well, you didn't hear me yesterday, but anyway, you missed that show because I didn't go live. Anyway, so I get up there and I do my little speech or whatever, and I do my little part or whatever, and I'm looking cute. Now I've always looked cute, like big girl or not, always love clothes and look good. And so later on, I was talking to him and his friend again, and he was like, "Yeah, I bet he said something about fat girls, right?" And I said, "Well, what did he say?" He's like, "Yeah, because he always be trying." Now the friend is standing right there. He's like, "Nah, man, she was sexy." And he looked at him. He's like, "What?" He's like, "Nah, he's like, now I'm standing right there with them two, right?" He's like, "Nah, man, she got up there and spoke and she was sexy." I know what he was attracted. He was attracted to confidence, right? And I dated this other guy. Totally not his. I know I wasn't his type. One, he liked light-skinned girls. That was the very first thing. Two, I was a big girl, so I was dark-skinned and I was a big girl, right? He told me like his heart belonged to a light-skinned girl. Now, here's the thing. He pissed me off when he told me that. And we're good friends today. Like, we're really, really good friends. And I tell him all the time, "Yeah, remember what you said?" So he's like, "Nah." But I asked him, like, because we dated for about a year. But we became really, really good friends, right? I could pick up the phone and call him right now. And if I need him, he will come. And I asked him why. You know, I certainly wasn't your type. And not only did we date, he fell in love. I'm the one who broke it off. Like, he fell in love, and I was like, "Yeah, this not going to work for me." I just wanted to make him fall in love because he pissed me off about the light skin thing. And then I broke it off with him. But anyway, I asked him, why did he even want to date me? Like, why was he so in love? He told me, like, years later, probably about 8 years ago, he was like, "We should have got married." I was like, absolutely not. We were celebrating a friend's birthday. He was like, "We should have got married." I was like, not. But anyway, I asked him why, right? He said, because I was beautiful, smart, and confident. And I've always been that way. And it was because of my mom, right? My mom was like, you know, she was the one she was rough. My mother, like, to know her now and to know her then when I was growing up. Now she's older and she has, you know, health problems and stuff. So it's almost painful to me because I know how she was. She was tough. She grew up with 6 brothers, you know, so she was a tough little lady. She's 5 feet tall, and she was tough, and she would fight anybody, and she walked with confidence, and people loved her, and men adored her. I know because I used to see them. Like, when she and my dad broke up, men adored her. They wanted to be with her, and she was like, not. And, but that's where I get it from. I got the confidence from her. And then I remember when I was in the 8th grade. I was in 8th grade. I had just moved to Jersey from Georgia. And I had been here like a year. When I went into the 8th grade, I had 2 teachers that were plus size. Miss Pines and Miss Plant. Right? Miss Pines was very pretty. She had really, really, really long hair. She was like brown complected, but she was a big woman. They both were big women. She was kind of tall and big. Miss Plant was kind of short. She was dark skinned. She never did her hair. She didn't do her hair, y'all. But Miss Pines did. She always kept her hair pretty and it was long. She said to me, she said, "Listen here." She said, "You a big girl and you have to look good all the time." And I'll never forget that as long as I live. I was in the 8th grade. I told my mother, I said, "I need to go shopping." Like, when I got home, she let me go downtown Newark, right? Because you could just jump on the bus. I think I used to catch the 17 bus, go downtown Newark. I went downtown Newark. I bought black pants, black jeans, and I bought a black and white shirt. It was black on one side, white on the other side. I never forget it. I went to school and I wore that. She said, "You look nice." And I said, "Thank you." From that day forward, my appearance, she told me, "You a big girl and you always got to look nice." That was so ingrained in my mind to when I became an adult, I almost went bankrupt looking good. But my confidence was my confidence was the bomb, y'all. But I was almost bankrupt because I was like shopping to make sure I look good all the time. My friend Rose was just here and she was like, "Man, do you remember the American Express bill?" I was like, "Yes." My brother thought I needed to go to see a therapist because the American Express bill used to be $3,000 every month. I have no idea how I paid it. Because I had so many clothes with tags on them because I had an addiction to shopping because she told me I had to look good. But looking good for me meant my confidence. I walked with confidence. I stride with confidence. My hair was nice. My clothes were nice. It was confidence. people are attracted to confidence. So what I'm saying to you, and I shared this story to say this, find something that's going to build your confidence, because when you do that, you feel good. And when you feel good, you put off good energy. And when people feel that good energy, they're attracted to that. So if you're trying to attract something to you, I know. I've done it my entire life. I know when I walk with confidence, I attract things. When I walk in self-doubt, self-pity, self-loathing, which I've never walked in self-loathing. Maybe a little bit of self-pity, maybe confidence a little low, not self-loathing. I hate myself. I'm ugly. I'm fat. Never did that. Never did that. I've never done that. Nope. May said, you know what? Sure wish my stomach was flat. I say that now. But I don't say, oh, I hate my stomach. It's ugly. It's nasty. I don't say that. I don't say that. That's self-loathing. So find something that's going to boost your confidence, because I'm telling you, like I know, that has been the attraction for me my entire life. I've never been without. I remember, and I'm going to end it right here. I remember when I launched the doll company, right? The dolls were the first plus size fashion dolls ever. So if I died today, that is a legacy that I'll leave here, that I invented the first plus size fashion dolls. The God gave me that idea in my head, and I brought it to life with the help of my good friend Georgette. Brought the idea to life. But I remember, right, this is when the fax machine, we didn't have like a whole bunch of emails going on. It was like fax machine. I got all of these letters from people. A lot of people supported the idea that there was a plus size fashion doll that looked like them. There were other people who loathed themselves, and they hated the idea that we had invented this doll that looked like them. And I remember this woman saying to me, she sent me a letter. I got them in my, they may be gone now because they was at my brother's house in a bin. But I remember her writing to me, and she was saying that she was upset because black women would have, the plus size black women would have the audacity to wear like spandex pants. It was like, they weren't even spandex. They were like some kind of pants. They kind of were like spandex, but they were like fitted, right? Now, here's the thing. I love fitted jeans. I always have, always will. Love fitted jeans. But she was appalled, and she was a plus size woman. She says, I'm appalled that you would want to wear those clothes when I am walking around wearing muumuus. Now, I had no idea what a muumuu was. I had to ask myself, what the hell is a muumuu? And it's like one of the big flowered dresses. I was like, listen, lady, you can be appalled all you want to. You won't catch me even sleeping in a muumuu. Here's the thing. That's why your confidence is shook, because you're walking around in a freaking muumuu. Get out of the muumuu. Put on the skin tight jeans, put on the cute shirt, put on the cute shoe, put on the lipstick, put on whatever it is going to make you feel good and walk with confidence. Put that, I want to say something, but this is a family show. Put it on. Walk with confidence. And you will see that when you start doing that, you're going to attract things. When you walk in self-pity and you're wallowing in that junk, you wallowing in fear and ugliness. Oh yeah. Now I have dealt with issues of not being enough, but it made me an overachiever. Just the opposite. It made me that person who don't sleep. I got to make it better. I've dealt with it on that spectrum. Never without confidence, though. I know that was long, y'all, but I just had to get that out there because I felt like somebody needed to hear that today. I feel like I'm in church. Somebody need to hear this today. Somebody needed to hear that today. Walk with confidence. It's the most beautiful thing you can wear. I'm just saying. That's all I got for today. If you missed any episode of the show, be sure to go back and listen to past episodes by going to goodmorninggwinnett.com. And follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett, and join my group at Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at GM Gwinnett. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm all confused. Download the app from the App Store. Good Morning Gwinnett, Android and Apple App Store. It's an app for that. We got an app for it, y'all. And also, be sure to share the show with your friends. Tune in tomorrow. I have a guest coming on, so be sure to check in at 10 o'clock for my guest. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this interview, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You want to sign in and listen, because some good stuff going to be said. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 o'clock, God willing. Thank you again for listening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last hour and 2 minutes with me, and I appreciate and love you for that. So glad to be back with you. So glad to get ready to do this show today, y'all. I missed you yesterday. I tried to talk to you, but I forgot to hit start. I'll be back again tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.